Needs versus wants. Hi guys, I'm doing one in my garage now. I've just converted this fellow into a nice little office. It's still work in construction, so it's still under construction, if that's the saying. So you might see some things in the background, some garbage in the background. But as you can see right there, just put in a nice mini split. So I talked about this in my post a few months ago about lifestyle creep. Um, as you might have seen, I have outgrown my home, but my home is paid for with cash. And since I bought this property values have risen dramatically. So upgrading my house would require me to go into debt, and I'm a debt-free guy. So instead of going into debt and buying a home with an additional bedroom or two, I decided to just turn my garage into my office, which also is my gym as well. I mean, there's 400 square feet in here, so it works well as an office and a gym, and I'm weatherproofing it, and I might post some tips about that as well. And you know, you have to kind of choose what's more important to you: a depreciating piece of metal, which is the car, or lifestyle. And I say like that really is what you choose, because having this space enables me to work out, enables me to live debt free. Living debt free allows me to spend more time with my family, and to be a little more risky with the business moves that I make or don't make, because I don't need the income. So this is what you have to decide. And one of the things that they really don't tell you, so I'm in my second child now, is you've probably heard this common sense: needs versus wants. And one of the things that I always see is we'll do our budget, and then we'll see something on social media, and we're like, oh, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if we had that in our backyard? And it's kind of like, well, first of all, don't look at social media. I'm guilty of this as well. But you shouldn't compare your life to others. However, you still see things in other individuals' lives, and you want that as well. And the best way to kind of measure, especially if you're trying to commit to a budget, which I could not recommend more. I could not recommend enough, is to commit to a budget to dictate how your behavior is. But when you see those things in life that look appealing to you, there's nothing wrong with noting that down. Just whether it's a journal or a digital journal, we all have those little note apps. Put that item in there. But what's very important to recognize is that item a need or a want? And that really should dictate the priority of where that item goes. Like, we want a swing set. And I'm going to be real specific. We want a swing set for our little kids. But right now, we have some other priorities on home repairs. Like, we're in the middle of converting this garage into an office, into a finished house. But we also really want that swing set because we have this cute little 2-year-old daughter that's running around outside. So my emotions are like, let's build the swing set. But logic is saying you really ought to finish the existing project, because it's not just a swing set. You got to build, you have to build the swing set. You have to build the things around it. And the budget showed me that, oh, there's going to be, I have to choose this month. I have to choose which one. And the priority of needs versus wants. And this isn't my idea. I mean, I think I first heard about needs versus wants through Dave Ramsey, but I don't even know how he got this topic. But that thought process of separating the needs versus the wants makes me pause on that. And also think of alternatives. And this is the power of frugality. Within our neighborhood, we can literally walk to an elementary school. We have a pretty decent sized backyard, especially for little 2-year-old feet to wander around. So my 2-year-old can get way more than enough of exercise running around the backyard with the little slide that we have for her, in addition to walking to the park, which is not even a quarter-mile walk at most for us. And we can walk to that park in those swing sets, all on sidewalks. So redoing my backyard and spending a couple $100 on a swing set isn't a higher priority. It isn't a necessity, and my child's not being deprived of youth simply because I'm frugal and I'm trying to live within a budget. And you're going to hear all the time, oh, it's not about money, blah, blah, blah. It is if you are trying to be intentional with your behavior. Money is just a vehicle and it dictates freedom. So the amount of finances you have dictate your ability to do more with your life. So that's the purpose. And when these little things come up, you have to think about it. Money is just this tangible thing, right? But it does enable you to have more freedom. And these little death by 1,000 cut things will always come in your mind where you're like, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. You have to be intentional with what you're spending your money on. That's all I have. Let me know if you got any comments. Talk to y'all later.